So this is the bit you've been waiting for. How do we assemble this unit? Well, we've already got the bearing outer races in. We've got the pinion here. We've got the shims already set in from the original axle, so that's pretty good. Now, just before we started this, we've been having a bit of an experiment because we're kind of confused, just as you would be, as to what all this gobbledygook means here. So what we've done is we put the bearing in without a sleeve, and we nipped it down just so it was a nice tightish fit, wasn't it? Wasn't too tight, wasn't too slack, just to sort of settle the bearings down, just to make sure they're all pulled in correctly. Then we've taken it out, and just earlier we did a bit of an experiment with the original crush sleeve and a new one. Well, we're going to do the new one now. But in the book it states, where are you? You're here, aren't you? Put this flared side towards the flange, the drive flange. And you can see there it's kind of flared. But this one, the new one, isn't. I don't know why. You can see that's the same diameter as there. When you turn around, you can see that that is a little bit taller. So as an experiment, and Paul really wants to see this, we're going to try a new crush sleeve. Now, when we did our experiment, we found out that this was pretty darn good because all the bearings are back to normal again. They're all standard bearings. So let's do this for Paul. His adventure in Canada. Now, we had, we'll take the spring balance off. We had JP sleeve this flange here because it had a groove in it, and it was pretty easy for him to do. He just turned the outside on the original, clinched this in the vise, in the chuck of the lathe, turned the outside so this was parallel, machined this down, machined a sleeve, heated the sleeve, pushed it on and remachined it. Doddle. 10 minutes for JP, blindfold. So as you can see, we've got a bit of string round there, and that's to measure the torque when we're pulling it on a spring balance. We worked out it was between what, 3 and 4 pounds, 3 and 4 kilos.
Kilograms, yeah.
Yeah, because it's kilograms, foot, pounds, Newton, or whatever it is. Bet Isaac Newton's turning in his bloody grave working out. We'll put the bearing on it. There we go. So put the bearing on. So we've assembled the new crush tube. We've put this bearing in, and then the spinner washer for the oil spinner. We put the flange on, the washer and the nut, and we're going to try and see what it's like for tightening. Now, I haven't put the oil seal in yet, just in case this doesn't work, and take it out, because every time you take it out you've got to put a new oil seal in. You have to destroy the oil seal to get the sleeve out. So we're going to just try it. This handy dandy tool for bracing the flange is a great idea. Make it out of an old flange off a gearbox or a prop shaft or something like that. Great tool. Worth its weight in chocolate. So, and you'll get a feel for when it comes up against the crush sleeve. That wasn't it. That was a flinger. Yeah. Right. Now, so we're up against the flinger now.
Oh, okay.
See what I mean?
Yeah, still not tight, yeah.
Right. So now we've got to tighten it up.
Okay.
Till we get 4
kilograms.
4 kilograms on it. Now we've worked, like I say, we've worked out for new bearings it's 4 kilograms. I think it was used bearings it was 3, wasn't it?
It was less.
Yeah. We've put a bit of string round here as mentioned, but in the book it doesn't tell you that. It tells you nothing at all for this. So what we're going to do is going to go and get a big bar.
Okay.
And we're going to put that bar over that side so we're not working
against
against ourselves. Back in a minute. This is why working under a car is not fun. So Paul's going to hold that on. We're going to tighten this nut up. And first of all, we're going to see when the play goes out of that. Not yet.
Still there.
What's it like now?
No, it's still there.
Now I'm on the sleeve now, and I'm.
Yeah, so you're trying to squash that sleeve now.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, I'm trying to show. It's freaking hard, eh? What's it like now? Just do it a bit at a time.
Still loose.
And get plenty of these sleeves, because if you cock it up, they said it's hard at first and then it goes soft. Where have we had that before?
Yeah, that reminds me of something.
You think Dave Ashcroft does this?
Yeah.
He'd be fit as a butcher's dog doing this all day, wouldn't he?
Before you lose your knuckles.
Exactly. It doesn't take much, does it?
It's still just a fraction of play there, but it's obviously getting better.
You can see when we did that first experiment, when we came up against the bush,
Yeah.
how you just stop. You know where it is.
Yeah, now, yeah, it's hard to have a feel, isn't it, when it's tight.
Exactly.
Well, that's just
Right.
that feels. There's a you feel that.
Yeah, but when we put our stringometer on it, it's not even reaching the gauge.
No resistance.
But it feels right, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'm puffed out.
Have a break.
Should we put the seal in? Because now we've collapsed it a bit, we're very, very close.
Yeah.
I think we'll put the seal in.
Okay.
Because
And then get it.
when you're under the car doing this and you've got it on axle stands, this invariably hits the bloody floor.
Yeah.
Or it hits the radius arms, or it hits the chassis. You haven't got to swing. Even this is too short.
Yeah. It nearly gets to the point where taking the axle out is going to be easier than doing it under the car.
Sort of, yeah. Well, again, what we were talking about the other day is a lot of people, when they change the oil seal in here, don't realise there's a sleeve, a collapsible sleeve in there. So they change the sleeve and they put punch marks on here. It's all very well and good. And then they rattle them up with an air gun. Well, what happens is this crushes even further, closer together. The bearings are closer together. This is tight, but they won't realise until they put the prop on that it's going to be really tight to turn it, and they'll eventually burn the bearings out. Usually when you're under the car trying to do this, struggling on, trying to fix a leaky seal, the wheels are on the ground. You take the prop off, you think, oh, it's only a 5-minute job, and you whack it up with an air gun. That's it. It's buggered. So I think we'll take this off for now.
Yep.
We'll show them how to put the seal in, and then we'll continue, because you can see how hard it is to push.
Yeah.
So once we reach that spot, we're only a little bit.
Yeah.
We're ever so close there.
Yes. Yeah.
Let's quit. Put the seal in.
Okay.
So more problems. When we've got the rubber seal in with this seal, this flange that was for the old leather seals like these, when we push against it, that is tight. You know, it's too tight. It's pushing against the back here. And I think that will probably account why it's got an undercut. You see in the flange, the ring here, there's a groove, and there's a groove here, and it's not for Madonna, she's not going to get into it, but when we push the seal in, you can't see the groove, so that's probably it. So if it's got a little groove in, it's for the leather seal. So, but when we noticed the seals that we got, whose was that? Was that an All Makes one? Yeah. So, this was the one that was supplied by LR Direct, and you can see this piece is sticking out more than anything else, and the spring is pushing against it. But it wasn't only that, there was some kind of nasty lumpy bits here. That cow must have had been rubbing against a fence or something. So fortunately we've got another one, another OEM leather seal. Unfortunately it needs soaking in oil, or yeah, it needs soaking in oil to supple it up. If you put leather seals in dry, they won't last 5 minutes. So that's us screwed, isn't it?